Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. I'm now going to be doing the next 4 stages, which is 91 to 94 of the Fanhome release of Build Your Own Mark III Iron Man Armour. Now, I'm just aware that I'm actually so far behind everyone else. Everyone else is finished, except for me. So basically, there's 100 stages of this. So this brings us up to 94, means 6 stages left. So there's going to be another pack delivery with 4, and then a pack delivery with 2. But it has been extended by, I believe, is it another 20 issues, something like that, where your Iron Man could have the battle damage. So I'll have to see if I'm going to be doing that later. But I want to show you this amazing base that was sent to me by Chris Hurst, otherwise known as Fangdoc on the channel. Let me just show you that base. This here is the original base that we get for the Iron Man, but the super duper base that we get here looks just like that. Now I've already put batteries in it, and it is on a Lazy Susan, so it does actually rotate itself around, and as you can see here, I've already put the stand. It uses the same stand as the original one in here as well. But what I'm going to do is turn the lights out, just show you what this looks like. So I really have had to turn a lot of the lights off in the workshop here, but the switches to turn it on is actually hidden with all these little nuts here. So it's this one here, and you push it, and there you go. It looks brilliant, doesn't it? So this is what my Iron Man is going to be displayed on when it's actually finished. So I don't know, it's probably going to go here. I might replace the R2-D2, I don't know. But funny enough, these 2 items here that you see are actually from Fanhome. And if you want to get this Iron Man for yourself, all of that is over at the Fanhome website. And that's just down in the video description here. You can get that all the way from pack 1. Now, the way things are at the moment, my Iron Man is completely in pieces still. We did start to do the chest in the last pack. I think in this stage, we're actually going to be able to attach the arms and the head to that torso section. So, without further ado, let's get cracking. And once again, I'll just give you a quick flick through the magazine. Now, each stage comes with its own magazine, and obviously we've got the instructions there of what we're actually doing. Not a lot to do in stage 91. It looks like we're just actually attaching one piece to this panel here. But when I keep turning, again, just showing you what you get in each stage. So let's do stage 91. So as you can see, in stage 91, we're still working on the abdomen here. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be creating another button which is going to go into here. And quite simply, this is just going to fit into this slot on this side like that. To make the button, we're going to need some springs. 2 springs in here, and they're just going to go over the lugs that we've got there. And then to hold them in, I've got this plate here, which again has got 2 lugs on this side, which will go on the other side of the springs to stop them pinging off. And I'm going to be holding those in with some of these GP screws. So that's one there. That should be enough just to keep that held in while I put the other one in. There you go. Nice and tight. So there you go. When that's in, it should look like that. And as you can see, the button operates, no problems at all. And that is all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 92, as you can see here, we're still working on the abdomen. We've got some pieces here that we're going to be putting together, but we are going to be taking some pieces from stage 90, and then we're putting all of them together so it looks just like this. So to start with, we're going to be starting this waist connector base. That looks like that. We've got a pin here as well, which is just going to be going through one side of this, and then I do have this spring, which we're going to be putting on as well. Now the spring goes into the tiny hole that you might just be able to see on that section there. So I'll get this in. There you go, the spring is in. So now I've got this little connector lever here. That's going to be going in this way with the other side of the spring going into that hole just there. So I'll thread that one in as well. Push this into position and then push the pin all the way through to hold all of this into place. Just like that. You see it's coming out the other side there? Excellent. So as you can see, this is now spring loaded. Now in stage 90, we had this piece looking like this. So we're going to take what we've just created, and that's going to be going on this way here, just over the top there. It's going to be held in with 4 AP screws. I've just noticed on this blue cutting mat that I've got here, I use a blue or a beige normally. The blue tends to wash out the red there. As you see, this is a lot more red than it's coming out on camera there, so I might have to change my cutting mat eventually so you can see that. But I mean, if you look here, see what I mean? That's how red it actually is. I have to use these, I can't see a thing. So the final stage of stage 90, we created this section just here. We're now going to be putting these 2 bits together. So as you see, we've got a slot in there. This is just going to slot down like this, pretty much like we did for this one here. And then we have got 2 little screw holes going in here and here. They're going to be held in with IM screws. Going into metal, so I'm using a little bit of 3-in-1 oil just to help me out to drive these screws in nice and tight. So one's going in here. Excellent. And then the other one just going in this side. And then in there you can see we've got some metal pins, that one there. One the other side, they're going to go on this section just here. So I'm just lining that up. There we go, they're all lined up. So in the holes here to keep that in, we're going to be putting some IM screws again. Just dip that in a little bit of oil. Get that all the way in. And I felt that bite straight away, so that's good news. One in this side. That's perfect. And then if I turn this way around, you can see we've got some holes here and on the other side here for 2 more screws. Those this time KP screws. It's just going into plastic, but this is just going to reinforce that base section there. So I get these in on both sides. So then the last thing I want to check is just that this button still operates, which it does, as you can see there. When I'm pushing it, it's releasing that latch inside there. But that is all there is to do in that stage. Okay, this is where the magic starts to happen now. Stage 93. We're going to start putting this beast together. So we're working on the abdomen, the upper body and the head. So I'm going to finish off some of the details for the abdomen here. Then I'm going to bring the arms over, put them on the torso section, bring the head over, the abdomen, everything basically. So by the end, we have got half an Iron Man. This is going to be a great stage. So bringing over what we just finished in the last stage, we have got these plates to put on either side. Now they are labelled left and right. This is the right side, this is the left side, and it's just a case of pushing them in with those lugs there. So line this one up, just like this, get that other one in, and push that home, just like that. Do the same on the other side. So now that's completed there. We're then going to be taking this brilliant panel looking like this. And if you can see here, we've got some holes just at the side. There's 2 close, 2 in the middle. It's the ones in the middle that I'm interested in, because this is going to go on just like that. And it's going to be the same on the other side here, there. They're going to be held in with EM screws. Again, I'm going into metal, a little bit of oil on this, and get these both in on either side. And this is the last one, just going in here. So that now looks like that. So once again, I want to take the left hand side little clip here, which is going to go into this section here. Again, locating lugs on here, line them up. This is just going to hide the screws we put in and push that into place. Make sure it sits flush in there, like that. Do the same on the other side. Again, line up these lugs. And push that in, making sure it clips into place, so that's flush as well. And now we can put this to one side because we're about to start piecing everything together. Let's get the torso over first. And this is what the torso was looking like, if you remember. Now I've already pushed the arc reactor in there. Just so you know, look, it operates by the button just at the back here. So when I click that, it comes on and off. Perfect. So I'm just going to lie that down because I do now need the 2 arms. So this is the right hand arm here. And this is the left-hand arm. I'm just going to take these armour plates just off the gloves because they're going to try and fall off before I assemble this. And I'm going to prepare for this next section by getting some SM screws ready. And they look just like this, quite long screws. And what I'm going to do is quite simply take the right arm, put it over this slot here. And as you can see, we have got a couple of holes in there which these SM screws are going to go into to keep this into place. It's very hard to start it off, but once you have, as you can see, I've got one screw in. I'm about to put the other one in now. The only advice I could give is take your time. And there we go. We've got one arm in place. Looks really good. Okay, let's put the other arm in. Don't worry about spending loads of time on this. Wasting a bit of time putting the arm in to make sure it's in right is completely harmless. I know, it's early on. It's too early in the morning to be coming up with jokes like that. The articulation's absolutely brilliant in this, but there we go. That's both of the arms into place. I'm then going to be securing the abdomen here to the chest area. And as you can see, it's just got a clip on this one. So these just go together and clip in. Just like that. Got a piece come out here. Let me just put that back in. Check that out. That's how that's looking at the moment. And obviously you've got these sections which come out the back here. I mean, this is looking great. I'm loving this. I mean, you can muck around with how you want this to look. I'll figure out the... this is big as well. I mean, look at it. Crazy. Okay. So as I said, the next stage is to put the arc reactor in. I've already done that. I'm just going to put that to one side because I need this breastplate. Now, this came in stage 86, looking like that. And what you'll find is I've got some adhesive sponge strips here. So I'm going to take one of them off and I'm going to stick it just in the middle here like that. Bring over the front torso here, and this is just going to be clipping into that section. It goes into the two lugs that we can see here and here. So I'm just going to line them up. And as you see, we will have some places here for two screws to go in. We're not actually putting any screws in at the moment. And the reason for that is because we've got the main breastplate now looking like that. It's going to go over the top of this. So it's going to be going over this section here to put all of that into place. And now we're able to put these screws in. And they are IM screws. Now, can I say the corny line from the 18 now? I love it when a plan comes together. I love it even more when a model comes together. Look at this. So the bad thing about this build is obviously you're left with pieces that you don't do anything with and they just sit around for ages gathering dust. So I'm going to need to dust this. But this is the payback. This is the payoff now. This is the everything's coming together. And as you can see, that's in place. And just to show you that little arc reactor again, if I was to press that button behind, lights, turns off. Excellent. Now in stage 86 we had a couple more details here which I'm just going to get out with my tweezers. They are these little silver things here. They're just going to go into the holes here and here to hide where we've just screwed that in. So I'll get these in and just do the same on the other side here, and that one's too. So both of those are in. And then to end this absolutely amazing stage, we've got the head or the helmet here. As you can see, the lights work on that. We've got a hole here, which is going to push onto this ball joint here. So get that on, and there we go. We are on. And as you can see, holds its own. I can turn. It looks brilliant. And let me show you how that looks. That's absolutely brilliant. So if I turn on his arc reactor and the lights in his helmet, which is up that way around. That looks brilliant. Now I'm going to keep this on the stand now because obviously it's all coming together. But in the next stages, I'm guessing we're going to be attaching the legs, and we have got a completed Iron Man. Oh, let's put that gauntlet plate back on. Doesn't want to stay into position. So you'll have to forgive me, but I've had to get my phone out and just put this on the stand because, I mean, this is a monumental time that, I mean, the Iron Man is looking absolutely brilliant. I love that stage. Okay, so stage 94, the last one on this pack. As you can see, we're going to be doing a bit more of the abdomen, position B. So we've got another couple of parts just to put in here. So by the end of it, oh, we're only actually just making that interior part here. So I've got everything in here. This is going to be a bit of a an anticlimax, isn't it? We should have ended it on stage 93. That was a great stage. Okay. So very similar to what we done last time. I'm guessing this is if we want the switch in a different position. I'm going to, again, put this pin pretty much how we started this through this side here. Then I have got the spring, which I'm going to be putting into the hole like we did right at the very start of this stage. So as you can see, the spring's on there now. And again, I'm going to be putting this side in, making sure that the other side of the spring's in there. Line that up here. Like that. And then push this pin all the way through. So there we go. That's in place. And then exactly like last time, I'm just going to be putting these two parts together. So this angles it slightly different to the last one that we did. And I'm going to secure that in with some AM screws. Now I'm just reading the instructions. It says there's 4 interchangeable sections here for depending on how we want to pose it. Whether we want it in a superhero landing stance or everything like that. And that's why we're creating these extra pieces here. But that's all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. You know what? I absolutely love that stage. And for you folks who are ahead of me, you knew I was going to like that. So look, I've put it down here for the moment. So that's where it's going to stay while I'm setting it up. Very happy with that. If you want to get this for yourself, I have put the link down here to the Fanhome website. You can get this all the way from pack 1. But I really hope you liked that video as much as I loved building it. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.